Tired of feeling like you're spinning all the plates in your design business and at any moment they could all come crashing down? Are you feeling like you're so close to breaking through to the next level, but those consistent projects still aren't flowing your way? Are you ready to finally take your business from a hobby to 100K and beyond? Then welcome to the SixFigure Designer Podcast. I'm talking all the techniques you need in your design business to start paying yourself, get great clients, and finally break through that 5-figure ceiling. Hey everyone. Thanks so much for joining me for another episode of the podcast. I'm Pam Durkin, and I'm the closing coach for interior designers. And you may be wondering, why am I called the closing coach? Well, this week I was working with a designer, and she realized while she was getting a lot of inquiries, they were projects with low budgets, say around $5,000 to $10,000 overall to spend. And she was so worked up over making sure she had in-depth interviews with each one, and she was going to be giving them the same time and attention that she would with a full-service client, which is closer to the $50,000 range. But what she quickly realized is that these were not her ideal clients, and they were looking for the cheapest solution that they could implement on their own. So they were the classic DIYer. Doesn't that make all of us designers kind of want to run in the opposite direction? So it's not a great fit for most interior designers. And she said to me, I know that you've been stressing the importance of developing key referral contacts, and finally the light bulb went off. I see the value of those high quality clients. And for her, the value is a significantly higher profit that allows you to comfortably operate a sustainable business. You get more lifestyle flexibility and freedom to choose your best clients and your best projects. If you contrast that against running around like a maniac with 8 active projects and less than $10,000 in your checking account, that is the key to having a rewarding business you actually want to keep, is when you have those great clients, when you have those great projects. So I ask you guys, how many times did you want to throw in the towel on your passion because of this? Because you're running into small budget clients who don't have the money to spend, and then you're spending as much time with them as you would on your one-on-one clients. And the way that we address this is if you need to keep the money flowing, because as you're leveling up, of course, you need to transition from what you're doing now into where you ultimately want to go. And the reality of the situation is the money has to keep flowing. So I challenged her to look at these lower projects and say, how can you fit this into a level of service that you're already offering, and not assuming that a client who has $5,000 to $10,000 to spend is somehow going to become a full service one-to-one client. And so we worked through that with her so that it made much more sense on how she was going to approach some of those projects and how she was going to qualify all of those projects to see if they fit into an offering that she currently has. So in the Luxury Client Academy, which is my 9-month coaching experience, I teach you how to find these key referral partners, how to nurture them, and then how to turn them into referral machines. This is how I help you triple your profits with those measurable results. It's through quality projects. So we track your progress throughout the whole program. So you absolutely know that you are making progress. It is in front of us at all times. There's nothing worse than putting in a lot of time and effort into growing your business only to realize you went down the wrong path. So if you're tired of taking whatever job comes your way and you're ready to use your time and energy wisely to effectively get great clients to come your way, then you need to check out the Luxury Client Academy. Info is in the show notes. Go ahead and take a look if that is piquing your interests. So today I want to tell you a story about my recent trip to Italy. Yes, I just came back from a 2-week trip to Italy where we took the whole family, including my 2 sons who have recently graduated college and my 87-year-old mother. And she wanted to get back to Italy for her 87th birthday, and we all happily obliged. And one of the things we did was celebrate her 87th birthday in Italy. It was a magical trip, and I will say the only way this trip was even possible from a time and a money standpoint was because I have a business that not only pays the bills, but makes a profit. So I need you all to be thinking less like, how much do I need to get by? And more like, how much do I want to make to thrive in my business? This is another key component of the Luxury Client Academy. I help you see where you are, but also quantify and identify where you want to go. We always have that beacon in the back of our minds as we're moving you towards what your next level is, and then ultimately, the bigger goal. So when shiny object syndrome comes along, and it will, folks, everyone has it, I am there to help you assess the opportunity to see if it's in alignment with what that goal is, and then we keep you moving in the right direction. Okay, back to the Italy trip. So we had an amazing time, and it truly was a blessing to be able to take this trip. And one day specifically, we went to do a 3-hour tour of the Vatican and the Sistine Chapel. And I personally love Italy and am just enraptured by the whole experience there. And even though I'm not traditionally religious, I was so excited to be walking through these spiritual and magical spaces of the Vatican and the Sistine Chapel. And just to give you an idea, the Vatican has between 20 and 30,000 visitors a day. And Italy is actually getting ready to go into a Jubilee year, which is their celebration they do every 25 years. That's coming up in 2025, which is one of the reasons we wanted to visit now. And that number is going to double and triple. It's incredible. So 20 to 30,000 visitors a day. And the day we went was no exception. And as we were walking around the hallowed halls of the Vatican and the grounds, and ultimately the incredible Sistine Chapel, I was struck by a few things. So first of all, there are over 70,000 pieces of art on the grounds. So there is a lot to see, a lot to appreciate. You're going to see marble busts and frescoes, tapestries. If, you name it, it was there. And you would think that doing a private tour would have been a little bit slower paced, maybe a little more detailed experience. But this really wasn't the case. Instead, we were kind of rushed through the hallways. We were dodging other tours. We were dodging people just doing the Vatican on their own. And we were just trying to keep up with our tour guide, who was holding this tall stick with a purple scarf on it so that we could find her in the crowd. Now, mind you, there are 20 other tour guides doing something similar. Now, we had our purple scarf to look for, and there were other ones as well, but it was absolutely chaos. So when we finally got to the Sistine Chapel, all the docents and all the people manning the area, all they did was sort of yell out, "Keep moving, don't take any pictures, don't talk, no talking." And it was just a constant barrage of this, these sets of rules going on. It was total chaos. So what should have been an out-of-body magical experience was like playing Frogger. And mind you, I also had my 87-year-old mother with me who was walking with a cane. So we were making sure she wasn't getting bumped into. People were bumping into her. And we were just trying to, make sure that she was staying safe and not getting bumped around. But what was something that was supposed to be so incredible and so magical was just, honestly, information overload. It was just chaos between the people and the tour and all the other tours that were going on. So you may be wondering, like, why am I even telling you this story? And what does this have to do with running an interior design business? Well, I was thinking about this experience and how going through the Vatican and going through the Sistine Chapel was supposed to be so incredible and so magical. And there were so many wonderful things to see. And there really were. But because of all the chaos, we weren't really able to appreciate it. We were just kind of getting through it. And I see that a lot. I see it in my own business, and I see it a lot in other people's businesses, is that we spend so much time checking the items off the to-do list, or answering emails, or putting out fires, or dealing with clients, and managing project details, and on and on and on, that we never take a moment to appreciate what we've accomplished so far. You have built a business out of nothing, and that is no small feat. So are you standing in the middle of your own Sistine Chapel, missing out on all the wonderful achievements that you have attained? I mean, seriously, like, what the hell are we going through all this stress and anxiety and pain of owning and running a business if you're not going to take any time to bask in the glory of everything that you've accomplished? Like, how do we keep going? By just continuing to run through the day, right? How do we do that? Why are we doing that to ourselves? And then the other thing is, we never stop moving to take a breath and ask, is this working? Do I like it? If it's not working, why isn't it working? Or if it is working really well, why is it working really well? How can we amplify what we're doing, or how can we tweak it to make it even more successful? We never stop to have that quiet time, that reflection on all the great things that we've done, and then what's happening in our business, what's working, what's not working. So I know you design beautiful spaces for everyone else, but shouldn't you also be designing your business and your life to move in the right direction where you want it to go? And then the other question is, and as this relates to, the tour of so many people and just kind of being pushed through this incredible space because everyone was on a timeline, are you just following the crowd? Are you being pushed along in your business, just mimicking what others are doing because you just don't know what really makes you special? Maybe you're unsure of what makes you stand out. Maybe you're just doing what's been successful for someone else, hoping that it'll work for you. Or maybe you're just not sure how to effectively market your business. All this noise and chaos just makes us want to get through it, just like those touring the Vatican. It was more of a check-the-box situation than one that really held any meaning or connection. And honestly, the tour was a bit of a disappointment because it felt so rushed and not genuine. And I'm just wondering, is that what's happening to you in your business as well? And do you want the same? Do you want the same outcome where you're just continually on the wheel, checking the box day to day? Or do you want to be able to effectively target your ideal client and start signing them up to work with you? So this is what I work with you on in the Luxury Client Academy. You and I work together to create a lot of clarity and a plan around the types of luxury clients and projects that you want in your specific interior design business so that you can triple your profits in the next 9 months. And many of the designers I work with don't even know what their profits are or even if they're profitable. And you know what? That's okay, but because we will work through that. I have no problem helping you work through all of that. I just don't want you to be too embarrassed to be like, I don't really know if I'm making any money or not, because that's what I'm here to help you with. I'm here to help you go through the beginning process of our business audit and looking at what's going on in your business and really getting down to the granular level so you know what you're dealing with. It's okay. I don't care if you've been in business 20 years and you come to me and say, I don't know how much money I'm making. It's that you're making that step now. So I work with you to figure out where you're standing in your business and give you that roadmap so that your phone will be ringing with high quality clients that absolutely cannot wait to work with you. So if you want to know a little bit more about the Luxury Client Academy, you can go back and listen to episode 67. And of course, we have an application for that. And the application will be linked in the show notes. It just helps me get to know a little bit more about you and your business and whether or not I can help you triple those profits. And if you're not on my email list, you absolutely need to be. So I'm going to be giving away a free mini business audit every month, but it's only available to those on my email list. So if you're not on my email list and you're listening here, be sure to sign up for that. The link is in the show notes. And of course, if you have questions, you want to ask me something about the Academy, this is no pressure. We're going to talk about whether or not this is right for you and your business. And I encourage you to go ahead and reach out to me. So if you have questions, if you want to join my mailing list, if you want to find me on Instagram, all of that information is in the show notes. So I just want to thank you so much for listening. And I want you to be thinking about your business and to appreciate all the wonderful things that you've accomplished, and then stop and take some time to figure out what's working and what's not working. And I want to help you do that in the Luxury Client Academy. So thanks so much for listening today. Certainly, if you want to, I'd love to hear from you. Please reach out, and I will see you next time. Take care.